did you ever feel like your cancer diagnosis was a burden to people? I have to finish the question. The answer is yes. Did you ever feel like cancer was taking over your identity and you were being identified by cancer?
Yes.
And how did that make you feel?
Yeah, so you'll find this is why if I talk about my journey or the cancer, I won't ever the way that I would describe myself is a survivor of cancer and not a cancer survivor, because the former is a derogatory label. It strips you of your humanity, and that's what labels are designed to do. So anything that makes you feel less than human, you're going to be treated less than human. So if you need to reference to someone's chronic illness or disability, and if it's pertinent to the story, then reference it in first person language. And I'll give you a couple of examples because our community tends to do this a lot.
This is so important. These messages are so important because it's something that we often don't think about. So survivor of cancer is actually so much more, it gives someone so much more value than just a cancer survivor.
Absolutely.
It makes that message makes such a big difference.
Absolutely. So, and another example I would give is rather than saying the disabled rider, say the rider who has a disability. Rather than saying the blind woman, say the woman who is blind. Rather than saying the cancer patient, the patient who has cancer or is going through cancer. That places emphasis on the person first and then the characteristics second, being the chronic illness or disability, disabled, blind, and cancer. Now, the way we relate and perceive others is through our language. More importantly, we also perpetrate the stigma associated with chronic illness and disability. Now, whether we like it or not, language is powerful. People will hear what you have to say and they cannot see what's in your mind and heart, regardless of how well-intentioned you are. So that would be one of the first reactions that I would advise people to be very mindful of is their language.
That's so important because so often you don't even think about that. You just naturally say, but if it's going to have such an impact on the person who's receiving that, that's something we definitely do need to be more mindful of.
Yeah, absolutely. And the second reaction that I would get often is, I don't know what to say. Yes, recognize you don't know what to say and actually say that, because the reality is you don't know what to say. Yeah. There's nothing you can say that can fix anything. So rather than saying something stupid, awkward, rude, out of line, own up to your inability to say something appropriate. It is more honest, it is more open, it is more vulnerable, and it comes from the heart. Anything that comes from the heart is better received than you trying to come up with something fancy or solution-based. So that would be another thing that I would ask people to be very mindful of is just recognize you don't know what to say. It's okay to say you don't know what to say, because I know you don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Exactly.